boyfriend's got a cauliflower, and I'm a... So sue me. Who you, Judge Judy? Stacking the rubies. If life was a movie, then you could just call me the Goonies. You're not relevant. Trolling on the internet. No respect. Haven't moved out of your parents' basement yet. Big neck. Coming with the beat that's gonna break your neck. Yeah, you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The race is on for playoff spots, and a look now on how things are shaping up in the NFC. These teams battling for the best possible seeds as we head toward Wild Card Weekend. Should be an exciting finish to the regular season. It's the Panthers going up against the Lions. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And a give this time to the tailback. And a cutback to the sideline. Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Lions. 57 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I know I'm supposed to be watching the entire field, but right now I'm kind of locked in on the guy calling the plays. Back-to-back, big-time plays for him, including a run on the last one. Right now, he's got to feel really good about his chance of getting into the end zone. Run it, pass it, either way, they have the confidence going right now.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
So 3rd and goal, the defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
That's caught at the 1. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
As Darius Slay continues to improve at the quarterback position, he may live up to his own nickname as the Slaymaker.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Second down following the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you have to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there. If they don't move as well as you want them to, they're probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here we go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Flex round.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Buying time to his left. They find some open field here. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to... He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Panthers coming out now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. As they run the counter play. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. So the D-line's going to spread out. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So out now come the Lions. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. That was going to let it go deep back over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
There's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
They come out here in the eye. The play clock's running down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Play clock winding down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going up top. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call the timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Carolina.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. And quickly they get to the line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Ten yards to go on third. Again, he'll drop to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The Lions turned away on fourth down, and the Panthers will get the football back. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Get this across midfield to the 48. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. J.J. Nelson now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
He's had a big game tonight, Mom. No one's going to be overly concerned about that last play. You also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
After the run, Newton going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught at the 8th. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. They run with Ajayi. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Steps away. He may try and run for this. This will be caught at about the 6. And the QB steps over the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal forward pass.
And that is so rare because at the different positions, you have to know different things. Wide receivers have to know where the first down line is. Quarterbacks almost always know where the line of scrimmage is.
So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Newton on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways. All right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a first down throw, trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's got room. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Let's go! 1, 2, 3.
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. And they'll run it here. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. A handoff as they run the counter play. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down following the incompletion. He'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Newton on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, look at the juke. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he cuts it left, and now room to move. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. And that's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We get mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. So an interesting call there to take the three. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance.
Let's go.
And the back goes into motion. Out of the gun now on third down. It's caught. Nelson. A gain of 13 and also a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really need it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag.
But that is not my father or my grandfather's defensive tackle, because those guys, they were pretty static on the line of scrimmage, just kind of hold things up, and if plays came to them, they made some tackles. Nowadays, your job is to get upfield, get into the offensive backfield, and make plays. And oh my goodness, can these guys run nowadays? That's why they're able to make plays all up and down the line of scrimmage.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
On the end around now, this is Nelson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a third and forever now. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
36! Single! Come on, let's go!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Flex round! Flex round! Check! Ohio! Wide! Get wide!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme, arrogant.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 6 yards to go here on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yards. Well done on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take